Hello, welcome to Shadow of Wolves. Alafia, Ase, Aho, Namaste, and blessings to all. Omi tutu, anatutu, tutu ile, tutu omo, tutu aye, ariku babao, maferefunu Elegua, maferefunu Oggun, maferefunu Ochosi, Ache. Today, let's talk about our warriors. I got a request for a video on our warriors. You can also look at my old videos where I demonstrate and I speak about the warriors. I speak about Elegua, Oggun, and Ochosi. Upon this request, let's get started on receiving your warriors. Ashe. Now, when we receive our warriors and we're receiving them from a santero, let's start with that. And when we are receiving our warriors with an Oba Oriate, we will start with that, as Oba Oriate are also santeros. Now, in receiving your warriors, you will receive Elegua. Elegua, when you receive your warriors through Elegua, there's mighty, mighty power. You will receive Elegua in an Otan. An Otan is the stone that is consecrated and fed with prayers. This process in receiving your warriors is received correctly through consecration and through prayers. This is how the warriors are received. Now, through that consecration and prayers, and you also have what we call umero, the holy liquid of Orisha. Your warriors can only be shadowed off of your madrina or your padrino. Your warriors can only be shadowed and birthed through that person that is already crowned and giving you your warriors. Now, when we receive Elegua, we receive Elegua in an otan, as an otan, or we receive the shell, which is an eshu. Okay? Normally, this is received through when you're going to be initiated, eshu, into your warriors, and they pull your path. Now, eshu is normally received before we receive a lokun, because you cannot have a lokun without having Elegua. So if you have your Elegua already, kudos to you. We cannot, once again, self-initiate and just say, okay, I'm going to give myself my warriors, and then look on someone's YouTube channel and copycat exactly what we're seeing. It does not work like that. This person that is born and is crowned in Orisha faith, they go through a whole ceremony where their Ori aligns with the heavens, okay? This is very important for us to understand that. So when we receive our warriors, for us in Lukumi and in Santeria, okay, those warriors, when we get crowned, we cannot just create our own warriors, okay? So let's go into that. For example, for us in Santeria and Lukumi, one of the warriors being Osun, Maferefun Osun, a woman cannot consecrate Osun. Now, if this is debatable and someone feels something different, yo, change the channel, okay? Let's just focus on the rules of Lukumi, of Santeria. So Osun is consecrated. Whenever I'm giving warriors, I make sure that there is a male santero that is crowned. Beautiful blessing in Ache comes from a male santero that is consecrating Osun of Obatala and Shango. However, any male who is crowned in Santeria, once they get out of Yabaraje and they complete that 1 year and 7 days, can consecrate your Osun and your Elegua. Now let's get into a little bit deeper, and I'm going to teach you how to take care of your warriors. Many people have already received their warriors, and they will say, hey, I don't know what to do with them. I don't know where to put them. I don't know how to take care of them. Well, if that is you, this is the video with blessings to you and ashe to you, and blessings that you will know how to take care of your warriors when you watch this entire video. Please don't forget to put a thumbs up, a like. Even if you put a thumbs down, I still get the view of the channel, okay? So it shows my channel will still be active when you subscribe, share, like, and you take in this knowledge. Now, this knowledge is gifted to you for those who have received their warriors or those who are planning to receive their warriors. In understanding, when we do have the otan, some otans are bigger, some are smaller, but there is a pataki, which we can go into in a later date, why Elegua comes in as with an otan, a black stone. Let's continue on with this. When we receive our warriors from a Babalao, from Ifa, we receive an eshu, okay? Only Ifa can make eshu, okay? Eshu is made only through a Babalao, through Ifa. There are different types of eshus. Some have 2 faces, some have more than 2 faces, and so forth. And then you will see the colors, okay, of eshu. Now, there could be some debates, oh, you know, why is she showing the eshu on the chat? Listen, man, listen. The eshu is in your house. People are going to see eshu. We don't cover eshu, okay? We don't cover Elegua. We don't cover Oggun. In my case, I put a skin on my Ochosi. This is my crown here, and I put a skin on him, okay? But it's according to your ita. I don't want to get confused or for anyone to feel confused of the information. We're just sticking with the warriors. Now, in knowing which Elegua walks with you, that normally happens when you get crowned, okay? Now, if you don't, that can happen. You can receive your path or know your path when you receive your warriors. There are different paths of eshu. Some say 321, some say more. So according to your path, say for example, you have eshu alawana, and this is received through Ifa. Do know, warriors are normally what we initially and first receive when we are eleos, okay? You can receive your warriors primero, first, before getting your beads, because I've seen that, and that's okay. Some people do that. Or you receive your beads first, and then you receive your warriors. Now let's continue. You received your warriors. What do you do with them? Do know that when you receive your warriors, it's not the same thing as you being crowned, okay? What I mean is, say for example, your crown is Oggun, and you're going to go through the year and 7 days in your whites. You're going to go through the year and 7 days. Say for example, you're a child of Ochosi or Oggun or Elegua. Then you will receive Elegua, Oggun, and Ochosi, but you will receive them what we call the karakos, the cowrie shells of that particular orisha that you're receiving. The karakos, and receiving the karakos of Oggun or Ochosi means that that particular orisha is your crown, or you're receiving that orisha in your Osha ceremony. And that means that that orisha has the ability to talk to you and give you an odun. So when you receive that, it's different in receiving the karakos of Oggun, the karakos of Ochosi. It's completely different. When you receive your warriors, this is the first ashe for you. Now, why do we receive our warriors? Our warriors are a step up in helping us to be strong, to give us stability, to clean our life, to clean our health. This is why it is important to know that there are sacrificial birds that are prayed over. There are different types of plants and numeros and so forth that are prayed over and consecrated. And the godparent, madrina or padrinos, warriors are sitting behind ours, pulling that energy. Now, some people complain. They want to know why they say that our religion for Osha and Orisha faith is expensive. It's really not. If the person is fair and they have loving eyes for you, it is not. There are a lot of materials and plants and so forth that goes into that once they give you your warriors, or even they give you a lokun, that birth is being fed and pulled just like a mother pushing a child out. And that person loses a little bit of their ache. So they have to rebuild their ache, either in receiving other orishas, either in refeeding their orishas, and so forth. So let's get down to it. Say now you received your warriors. What do you do? Okay, let's start with Elegua. On Mondays, we take care of our warriors, okay? So you receive your Elegua. Now, you can consecrate Elegua with a little bit of red palm oil. Red palm oil, you have to be very careful with your clothes. We call this epo, okay? Or some say manteca de corojo. Epo, we take a little bit, okay? And we have epo on our hand, and we rub it and we pray to Elegua, we talk to Elegua, and Elegua already knows what we need, but you still can consecrate and you talk to Elegua and you rub him with epo, okay? Now, I say him, but there are other paths of Elegua that are old paths. There's Anaiki and so forth, but they all take epo. Epo is also considered a hot arimu, okay? Back then, when it was very, very difficult for slaves to feed their orisha and stuff like this, they used manteca de corojo, okay? And that also symbolizes the blessing in Maferefun Chango. It comes from the palm tree. Then we consecrate our warriors with that. Now also too, Elegua and the warriors love what we call maitotao, which is toasted corn, okay? And we could take that and we could throw it to them. We could take it like this, and you can clean yourself and you can put it to your Elegua or your eshu, okay? Now, in continuing that, there's also ija efin, which is toasted fish, okay? Now, some people say pescado humando, all right? You can also, let me just take this out, you can give this toasted fish, which Elegua and eshu absolutely love, and so does Oggun and Ochosi. We also use another arimu, which is called hutia, okay? Now, hutia is usually sold in the botanica, where you can crush that up, and you can also give this to your warriors. Now, say, for example, you don't know where to put them. Really, Elegua lives at the door. You should have a space behind your door, at the door of the entrance of your house. That's where your warriors really are supposed to live. Now, if you don't have the space for that, for them, then you need to consult your godparent, in whom you already received your warriors, where your warriors can go. So let's continue. Now we went over eshu, being made by a babalao only. Now we're going to go over Elegua, being made by a santero, santera only. However, santeros consecrate the Elegua initially, okay? So let's move on. This way now you know there's a feminine energy and a masculine energy in receiving things. Just like when we go to Ifa and we need to pull our guardian angel, receive our warriors, they have what we call an apetabi de arula, okay? Which is normally the female, the wife, or say, God forbid, something happens to the wife, the daughter or the head goddaughter, that will ask with an inking of a ruler, they will ask and they will touch your ori to see who the guardian angel is, or they are there in the ceremony as well. So there's a balance of both energies. I'm sorry, let's move on now and let's go over, and I appreciate those who are taking the time. Don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe, share, comment. Let's go on to rum. What we do is we take the rum, okay, for Elegua, and we blow it, all right? Now, that gives ashe. Now, some people, I have some godchildren that don't like to blow rum. Take a little bit, and you can pour a little bit on Elegua, all right? This is also a beautiful, it's called oti. Oti is rum, okay, that you can blow on your eshu or your Elegua. We never use Florida water. We never use perfume. Elegua doesn't really take cascarilla. That is for Obatala. Elegua, now we'll get into that. Elegua does not really take cocoa butter, okay? Cacao. What we can do is with ori, That's what it's called, ori, cacao, cocoa butter. What we can do is we can use this if we're feeling sick, okay? And stay tuned, this is a lot of information for those who appreciate this video. We can take the cacao, and what we can do is we can put a little paper bag. You can put the cacao, you can put also eshu, cascarilla, in a brown paper bag with the toasted corn, okay? With also ija, fin, with pescado mando, smoked fish, all right? You can blow rum, and you can clean yourself with that bag, and you can put it with Elegua so that he can help you with your health. That is what we call ibo. Okay, that's not always necessary. Just take care of Elegua every Monday. If you cannot, if you're traveling, that's okay. He understands that too. Your Orisha is going to work with your timing. They're going to work with your energy as long as you give respect to the Orisha. Now, also too, what we do is we light a little candle, okay, for our warriors. You don't have to use the stick candle. You can also use a candle that is in a glass container, right, which is more safe, or you can use a tea light. And moving along from that, don't think that all of your faith is in just Elegua, as he will work with your energy. When you're receiving your warriors, it shouldn't be under an emergency. When you're receiving your elekis, it shouldn't be like, okay, I need this because I am sick, or I need a house, or I need money. That's not what Orisha is. That's not the purpose of Orisha. The purpose of Orisha is to sustain health, stability, okay, and to bring peace into our life. Let's move on. So we went over Elegua. We went over eshu. Now let's go over Oggun and Ochosi. This is an example for you in receiving your warriors, okay? Inside of all this energy of Oggun, the same thing. You can blow rum. You can put manteca de corojo, which is epo. OT is rum, okay? And sometimes we take a cigar and we blow it to Oggun and Ochosi. Oggun and Ochosi are inseparable. They are brothers, and they are warriors, and they walk together. Now, where is Ochosi in this pot? Ochosi is the arrow, okay? So let's get into that, okay? Now, when we blow rum to Oggun, we blow rum. Ochosi, on the other hand, takes what we call anise, anisette. It is a liquor. There could be a debate on this. He doesn't really like the sweet anisette. He likes the dry anisette. Say that you have a hardship and you cannot use anisette, or you cannot find it. Get some star anise, boil it, let it cool, and blow it. It's made from that. A lot of people won't tell you, but it's made from that. So you blow it, okay? This is the energy of Ochosi. As simple as it sounds and as it looks, this is just strength, and the ache is simplicity. Now, the same thing with Oggun. We blow the rum and the cigar. Later on, you can build your Oggun caldero little by little. I have a small one that I received when I received my warriors before I got crowned, I don't know, 10, 11 years ago. And then when I got crowned, I received the caracos of Oggun, which is the cowrie shells where Oggun can speak to me in Ita, because Ochosi comes in with Oggun. Now, in understanding that, once you receive your warriors, now you can work with your warriors. It's okay for you to make petitions to your warriors. It's okay if you're looking for work to put the name of the job and put it under your warriors, but it cannot be man-made, and you have to be careful of scammers. You have to be careful of people who are saying that they'll send you your warriors in the mail. You have to be present for your warriors, okay? You have to be facing those santeros, because not just one person could work those warriors unless, like I said, they're obadiate, they do certain things that they can make it work. But you need to have some santeros there, one to consecrate, like I said, a male, your Osun. And when you're praying to Osun, you do stand on one leg. Some people stand and they put one leg up to represent and respect Osun. When you receive your Otan, your Elegua, Okay? The santero or santera, they could throw obi and ask if that otan works with you or walks with you, because not every one of them do. Everything in this faith has to be asked. Okay? It has to be asked. Elegua and eshu do not live on top of an altar or above it. Incorrect. The warriors work on the floor. The energy of Oggun turns the earth, helps to turn the earth. Okay? This is important. The air and the energy of Ochosi shoots the arrow, and this particular arrow will go after your enemies or whatever it is that you're hunting for, whether it's love, whether it's work, whether it's happiness. Okay? So Ochosi arrow is very, very important in receiving your warriors as they all work together. Now let's continue on. Let's go over Osun. When we receive Osun, Osun should always be in a place that is safe and that is high up. Many santeros, when they get crowned, they have their Osun and Obatala in the same space. Osun should be facing the door, okay? Osun does not stay on the floor for us, from our house to many other iles. Osun goes high up, okay? And what we do is, for example, now let's get into this. When we're feeling sick or when we want things to cool down, Osun, in respect to Osun and certain secrets that are put in here, when you receive it, you cannot be opening this up and looking through your secrets and bugging out, because you're not supposed to. If a female santero cannot, that is crowned 20 years, cannot consecrate an Osun, you have no rights to open up your Osun and be looking in there, because that can damage things with your head, as that is aligned with your ori. When you are sick, you can take a little bit of cacaria, efun, cascaria, and you can sprinkle this on your Osun. You can also put a little bit of cotton when you're not feeling well. When you have to refresh your warriors, every year you should refresh your warriors. What you're going to do is just lightly put a little bit of water on him, pat him off. Some people give Osun white wine, dry wine, and so forth, or a little bit of rum. Okay, he does not, I have him here to show you an example, but he goes high up in a safe place. If he falls over, please contact your godparent or contact your babalao in whom you received Osun. Warriors also include Orumila, Ibaru, Iboya, Ibocheche, Maferefun Orumila. So now be mindful when you receive Orumila, okay, in Santeria faith, women receive 1 ikin, okay? Men receive more. The exact number is most likely 16, I believe. They receive more. It's not that, oh, why do you have more ikins than I do and so forth. Listen, one small thing can have the biggest ache in the world. So have faith in what you received. So in continuum of that, do know that your warriors will always work with you. Okay, don't expect all the ache to come from your godparent. They're giving you ache, but it is your job to start studying, to start reading, to start looking at videos that you know that are not scammers, and good videos of people who have your best interest at heart, okay? Later on, you can build your cadero, but when it comes to Orisha, different Adi moves, and do contact your godparent. And if you don't, if something happened to your godparent, contact an elder whom you know has many years in this. We call them lagua. That means a knowledgeable elder that is very intelligent, that can guide you, all right? Because Orisha faith is very, very strict and very much to the books. So do not know that you're not alone. Now, follow my other video where I speak about elekis. When you receive your elekis, you receive your 4 pillars. You receive Elegua. You receive Ochun. You receive Obatala, Chango, and Yemaya. Okay? In my house, being a house of Ochosi, my godchildren, they receive the Eleki de Ochosi. Now, when you receive your warriors, you can receive. That's when your Eleki of Oggun comes in. Okay, Oggun, unless the person is crowned Oggun and you're going to their house and you're receiving the beads from Ogun's child, then you will receive your Eleki de Ogun. That's the way that it goes. So now, one last thing is, how do we call on them? For me, I lay myself on the floor, okay? And I shake and I talk to Elegua, okay? That's how we talk to them. When I lay myself on the floor and I want to speak to Ochosi or Oggun, okay? I use a maraca. The bell is really used for Osun and Obatala. Now, remember, the warriors do not go on the table. They have to be on the floor, okay? Also, too, you can put a little hikara, and you could put the rum in there if you would like, and give him little offerings. His offerings, cigars, candy, rum, fruit. Oh, he loves that, okay? If you are underage, do not use OT, which is rum, and do not use anisette. If you are underage, go under the guidance, under 18, of your parents or godparents or your caregivers, okay? Not everything is mandated. Say you don't have these items. You don't have pescado mando, ejaifin. You don't have this, which is smoked fish. Okay, fine. What about your prayers? Why do we blow rum? The ache of our obara, of our tongue, and our prayers are being sent to Olodumare, Olofi, Olorun, okay? In blessings of that, do know the Orisha would prefer your respect and your ache than material things of what you have and what you don't, and putting decoration on them and all of this stuff. You don't need to do that. So in understanding the difference with your warriors, I hope that this video was helpful, and I hope that it cleared a lot of things up. So give it a thumbs up, a like, comment, share, whatever you can do to help my channel. Even if you want to give a thumbs down, I still get a view. So in blessings to all of you, and in blessings to all of those Lagua, and blessings to our elders, and blessings to our leaders of this nation that are not taking advantage of people. It doesn't mean because you have a movie star that comes through your house, or a billionaire, or whoever they are, that they should be charged extra for the same services of giving warriors that we do for other people. Everything should be the same fairly, because this here faith is not for us to be rich over. It's for us to give our che and to continue the lineage and to allow it to grow. And do know that you have your God within. You have your prayers and everything within. So those prayers, if you cannot receive your warriors, you can still get on your hands and knees and do your prayers. Alafia, aho, ase, namaste, and blessings to all. And blessings to all Orisha, and blessings to all Oggun. Timbalesi alo dumare, timbalesi alofi okan. Okan meaning the heart. Okay, so I hope this video was helpful, and I do thank the individual who asked me to please do a video on warriors. So here is your answer. If you have questions, just contact me through my email of shadowofwolves@gmail.com, or you can contact me via text or make comments there. What I'm here for is to teach, and that takes a lot of time and ache. There are books. There's a book on Amazon called Warriors, and the author's name is William Izadi, okay? It goes straight into it, what you need and how to go about it. But I hope this video was helpful, and blessings to all.